Hey all, and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to look at two verbs, remember and remind, which are quite easily confused. And so if this is your case, then keep on watching. Well, let's hope in this short video you are going to learn the most about these verbs, how to use them in context, and to get this straight once and for all. Let's go then. So let's start with some examples for remember. But first off, its definition. To remember means to bring some ideas or information from the past into the mind. So to just keep in mind. Well, some examples here would be, do you remember what she said last night? Do you remember her address? I remembered what she said about her neighbor. Good. So, to remember can also mean to not forget. Please remember to water the flowers. Okay? Good. With this said, hope all is good. Now it's time to move on to remind, which is slightly different. So, please be all ears so you catch this right away. So to remind is to make somebody remember something. Like for example, you get them to remember, you cause them to remember in some kind of way. For example, I will have to remind you about the keys. So I'll have to remind you. Yeah, it's not something about me. It's not something that I will have to keep in mind. It's something that someone else will have. I will have to help someone else remember something. So I will have to remind you about the keys now. Or another example would be, please remind her about the cat. Remind her to feed the cat. So remind her to feed the cat. Just make her remember to feed the cat. That's all. How did you do? How's it going so far? Let's see. I'll give you a little hint here, to help you remember better the difference between remember and remind. And this is, remember is used for something that you'll have to keep in mind yourself, so for your own person. So remember, and it's never used with an object. So don't say remember me to do something, While remind is not keeping in mind for yourself, but for someone else, It's just a little help with remembering for someone else. So you'll remind him, you'll remind her, remind us, remind them, about something. So this is the little help that I've had for you. Hope this little tip has been useful to you. So now let's go on with some little practice for you to be able to put into practice what we've just learned. So I've got two sentences for you to fill in the blank with the right verb, remember or remind. Let's see, number one, please her about the project. And number two, I'll about the project, don't you worry. Let's see, which is which. Hopefully you put remind for the first gap and remember for the second gap. Why? So we say remind her about the project, so we use remind with an object pronoun like a person, remind her, remind Mary, remind Sarah about something, and I'll remember for myself, for my own person. With this said, we are done for today. Hopefully this lesson has come in handy for you. So for that, remember to give me a like and subscribe to my channel if this has been your first time here. There's many other lessons on my channel, so be free to browse through them all. And I'll see you again right here on my channel. Don't forget to put this into practice and leave them here for me to get back to you. Bye for now.